Have you ever heard the one about goldfish only have a 3-second memory? Or that bats are blind? Well, here's the twist. Those facts you've probably repeated 100 times are totally wrong. And the truth, way more fascinating. Today, we're busting 10 of the most popular animal myths you still believe. Some of these might actually change the way you look at animals forever. Stick around because the final myth on this list is going to flip everything you thought you knew upside down. Humans love stories, and over centuries we've built up all kinds of legends and half-truths about animals. Some started as old wives' tales, others came from misunderstandings, and a few just stuck because they sounded good. But science has a way of pulling back the curtain and showing us what's really going on. In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind 10 animal myths that have been fooling people for generations. And trust me, the last one is a total game changer. Myth 1. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. Imagine forgetting everything you just saw every 3 seconds. Sounds like a nightmare, right? For decades, people have joked that goldfish can't remember anything longer than a sneeze. But in reality, goldfish are surprisingly smart. Studies show they can remember things for months. They can even recognize their owners and learn tricks like swimming through hoops. In fact, researchers have trained goldfish to navigate mazes, like tiny wet lab rats. Not only do they remember where to go, but they can adjust if something changes. So if you've ever thought your goldfish doesn't notice you, think again. It's probably judging you. Myth 2. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand. You've seen the cartoons, right? An ostrich gets scared and bam, head in the sand. But ostriches don't bury their heads at all. If they did, they'd suffocate. The myth started because ostriches do lower their heads close to the ground when checking on their eggs or blending in with the terrain. From far away, it looks like they've stuck their head underground. What they really do when threatened is much more intense. They run. And not just run, they sprint at up to 45 miles per hour. That's faster than most racehorses. So no, ostriches aren't clueless birds hiding in sand. They're sprinting powerhouses. Myth 3. Bats are blind. Blind as a bat. You've heard the phrase. But guess what? It's completely backwards. Bats actually see perfectly fine, some even better than humans at night. What they do have is echolocation, a natural sonar that helps them navigate and hunt in total darkness. Here's the kicker. Some bats can pick up objects as thin as a human hair using echolocation. Imagine flying 20 miles an hour in the dark and still dodging something that tiny. So, next time someone says blind as a bat, feel free to correct them. They're basically night vision superheroes. Myth 4. Lemmings commit mass suicide. This one is darker. The story goes that lemmings throw themselves off cliffs in giant groups. The truth? That whole myth came from a staged 1950s Disney documentary. Filmmakers literally herded lemmings off cliffs to capture dramatic footage. Since then, the idea stuck. But in reality, lemmings don't have suicidal instincts. What's really happening is population booms. When too many lemmings live in one area, some migrate, and during those mass movements, accidents happen. But they're not marching to their doom on purpose. So, it turns out, lemmings were framed by Hollywood. Myth 5. Sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away. Picture it. You've got a paper cut, you jump into the ocean, and suddenly a shark miles away knows you're there. Terrifying, right? Sharks do have an incredible sense of smell, but not quite like the myth says. Depending on the species, sharks can detect one drop of blood in about a swimming pool's worth of water, not across miles of ocean. What's more impressive is their ability to sense tiny electric signals from muscles of nearby fish. That means even if a fish is hiding under the sand, a shark can feel its heartbeat. So yes, sharks are scary, but not because of exaggerated movie myths. Myth 6. Dogs only see in black and white. If you think your dog's world looks like an old black and white movie, think again. Dogs do see color, just not as vividly as humans. They're red-green colorblind, meaning they see blues and yellows most clearly. But here's the cool part. Their vision is tuned for movement. A dog can spot a squirrel darting across the yard from much farther away than we can. That's why they're such incredible hunters and herders. So maybe dogs can't fully appreciate a rainbow, but they'll never miss that tennis ball flying through the air. Myth 7. Camels store water in their humps. This one might blow your mind. You've probably heard camels use their humps as giant water tanks. Not true. A camel's hump actually stores fat, not water. That fat acts as an energy reserve when food is scarce. As for hydration, camels store water throughout their bloodstream and tissues. Here's the jaw-dropper. A thirsty camel can drink up to 40 gallons of water in one go. Imagine downing an entire bathtub of water at once. And if that seems unbelievable, wait until you hear what's coming later, because one of the biggest animal myths of all time is still ahead. Myth 8. Owls are wise. Think of every children's book ever. Owls are always the wise, all-knowing animals. But in reality, owls aren't the Einsteins of the bird world. They actually have relatively small brains compared to their body size. Studies show crows, ravens, and even pigeons outperform owls in problem-solving tasks. Owls' real strength isn't wisdom, it's stealth hunting. Their feathers are designed to fly silently, making them deadly night assassins. So while they look wise, owls are more like silent ninjas of the bird kingdom. Myth 9. Mother birds will abandon their babies if you touch them. Growing up, you probably heard, "Don't touch that baby bird, the mom will smell you and leave it." Totally false. Most birds have a very weak sense of smell. They're not going to notice your scent. If you put a fallen chick back in its nest, the mother will continue caring for it. In fact, many bird parents are so dedicated they'll keep feeding chicks even if humans are nearby watching. So don't worry, you're not dooming a baby bird by helping it back into the nest. Myth 10. Sloths are lazy. And now, the myth that refuses to die. Sloths are lazy, but are they really? Sloths move slowly, yes, but it's not laziness, it's genius survival strategy. Their slow movements conserve energy, making them perfectly adapted to their rainforest homes. Their fur even grows algae, which helps camouflage them from predators. Here's the wild part. Sloths are actually strong swimmers. They can hold their breath underwater longer than dolphins, up to 40 minutes. Doesn't sound lazy anymore, does it? So sloths aren't couch potatoes of the jungle, they're survival masterminds. So there you have it, 10 animal myths that have been fooling us for years. From goldfish with sharp memories to sloths who are anything but lazy, the truth is way stranger and way cooler than the stories we grew up with. And that's what makes animals so fascinating. The more we learn, the more they surprise us. Which of these myths shocked you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm really curious to see what blew your mind. And if you love uncovering surprising truths like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button because trust me, we've got even crazier ones coming.